Hi friends, I hope you're enjoying the Easter holidays. I'm going to talk about an interesting topic today called the first principles thinking. So, first principles thinking is taken from physics, and the idea is to break down a problem into granular layers and go as deep as possible to make sure that you understand the real facts before taking a decision or coming to a solution. So as we build up businesses, as you know, we will always start with a problem statement, right? And in most of the cases, what people do is without spending time understanding the underlying reasons of why that problem exists in the world, they jump into building up a startup or a solution. To give an example of this, I'll take an example given by Gary Tan, which is quite interesting. And it is the story of someone who is in a village and he wants to start an apple farm. And the reason for starting an apple farm business is because he thinks that there is lack of apples. Apples are not readily available in this village, or the apples are expensive. He is taking a sudden decision. Instead of understanding the reason why apples are expensive, he comes to the solution immediately that if he starts an apple farm, then instead of bringing apples from other places, if you start an apple farm in your village, you can bring it readily accessible, to make it readily accessible to people at a affordable cost, right? So that's an example of someone taking a sudden decision to build up a business because he thinks without understanding the actual reason behind the problem. So someone who believes in first principles, what they would think in this situation is that they will try to understand why why there are no apple farms actually in that particular area or region. And instead of thinking that okay, you can bring apple seeds and throw it everywhere and build up an apple farm, what they will think is try to understand the underlying reasons. Okay, apples are created from apple trees, and so trees has branches, and then it goes down into there is root, and root is connected to soil, and it seems like you need good soil to grow up good apple trees, right? So I think instead of taking a decision to create an apple farm, coming to the conclusion of the underlying reason of this problem is very important. So that's the example of someone who will take a decision properly before jumping into building up a business, just because they think it's cool, or just because they think they haven't thought through the problem itself. Another interesting example of this is in the software industry. For example, if there is a server out there and there was a downtime for the server, for example, server was down and service was unavailable to users for 5 minutes, and what could be the reason of that, right? Trying to bring up a solution for this problem. So people who doesn't follow the first principle will come to a conclusion pretty quickly that okay, the server was out because there was high CPU utilization during that time, and maybe someone from the DevOps team didn't put an alert, or they forgot to put an alert, or maybe they don't have a DevOps team. And so they will quickly come to the conclusion that if you hire a DevOps person and you put an alert, then this problem will go away, right? But instead of taking that decision that way, a person who believes in first principles will start digging down deeper. So they will start asking at least 5 whys. So why did the server went down, right? And then why did that happen? And then there was like high CPU utilization, right? That was the first answer that comes up. And the second reason they will go, okay, why is the CPU utilization high? It seems like there was like a buggy code actually. Someone pushed a code with a bug into the system. And then they will ask, why did someone push the code with the bug actually? And it goes back to developers. Okay, one of the developers actually forgot to add test for the code. So why did he? So then they are asking like, why did he actually forgot to add the test? Well, it seems like test-driven development was not followed. That's not the practice that they are following. And you see, as they dig down at least 5 times, they come to the underlying reason that there was like a process issue in the company where the developer was not given enough training how to check the code into the system, right? So it's like instead of taking a decision based on the surface level facts, you're going down 5 level deep, understanding the problem well enough before taking a decision or before coming up with a solution to solve the problem. So in context of business, this is also very important. Instead of starting with a problem and then suddenly coming to a solution without digging deeper into the facts can lead you to build a business that fails very fast. So this is what I wanted to share with you. It's a very interesting concept. Anything you start in your business, when you start with a problem, please make sure that you apply first principles thinking to make sure that you have gone deeper and asked yourself enough questions so that you come to the underlying facts, you have clarity on the underlying facts before taking a decision of building a business. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I wish you everyone a nice Easter. Have a nice day. We'll see each other on the next talk. Bye bye.